Hello, students. I heard some people are having trouble with the graphing part of the Savas assignment, so we're going to go over that kind of really quickly. Alright, so once you get to your assignment, sorry, I'm going to go through all these, and this is your feature function assignment, and the first question asks you to graph. And it asks you to graph something that looks like this. Now it's going to regenerate each question for each student. So if it doesn't if yours doesn't look like this, you can still use it to graph your own. All right. So what I'm going to do is when they give us a function, anytime we have a function, this h of x really is a y. So think of y equals the quantity x plus 4 squared. You know how to graph. So if you're graphing on a piece of paper, you're either going to do a table of values or you put it in your calculator. So you may not have a calculator with you, especially a graphing one. So what we can use is Desmos scientific calculator. And, oh, I'm sorry, not scientific calculator. We want the graphing calculator. And we're going to put in this function here. So remember that h of x is a y, so y equals quantity x plus 4, and then if I put my keyboard up, I can see there's a little squared button here. So now I've got all these reference points that I can go to, and remember we talked about our features of functions, and what's really cool is I can move the Desmos graph by just clicking on the graph and moving it. And the really important things about a parabola are its vertex and intercepts. And luckily, when I scan over these, it'll show me the exact intercepts, and I can transfer them to this graph. Alright, so if I'm looking at this graph, this is super small. I can still do the tools here if I click on it, but I like to do the enlarge the graph because that way it makes it a lot bigger for you. Alright, if you notice, it's got lines. It's got a vertex, and this is an absolute value tool. That's what it's saying down here. Oh, look at that, vertical parabola. That's what we talked about. We talked about parabolas, and we're not going to talk about hyperbolas, which is a horizontal one. So with a vertical parabola tool, the first thing it tells you is you need to plot the vertex of the parabola. So I look back to Desmos, my vertex, so the lowest point or the highest point is -4, 0. So I'm going to go to -4, 0 and click that. So if you noticed, here, let me do that again. So if you notice, it said vertex, and right up in the upper right here, it's going to show where my point is. So I'm going to click on -4, 0. That's where my point is. Now we need another point on the parabola, and if we go back over here to Desmos, you can pick any whole number point, but I'm going to pick this intercept because it's nice and pretty, 0, 16. So I'm going to find 0, 16 as a point, and then click it, and then I'm going to save, and I've now graphed my parabola. For all of these questions, I know people were panicking about how to graph. Remember, we have all of these tools up here. Include Help Me Solve This, which will help you go through a different problem, which is really like this one. It won't have the same numbers, but it'll teach you how to graph and all the good stuff. View an Example will give you an example that's a whole lot like this. A video will tell you, will take you to a video that'll show content on this, the textbook, glossary, and math tools. Although you already have the graph in this one. Alright, if you have any questions, please chat me. Oh, and let's check my answer. Oh, I'm incorrect. Oh, no. Oh, it's because I forgot to put in... Oh, girl. Alright, I forgot to put in the axis of symmetry as a dashed line. Alright, let me do that now. Well, I would love to say that I did that on purpose. Alright, remember that the axis of symmetry is going through the vertex. So I want the first point on my line, it's going to be at -4, 0, and remember it's a vertical line. So it's just going to be a vertical line, and I want to make it dashed, so I'm going to do dashed right there. Save. I would love to say that I did that on purpose, but I didn't. Check answer. Yay, now I got it right. Okay. Alright, if you have any questions, I'm available through chat, and we also have these question help things as well.